Okay, I believe we should be live. Let me adjust the camera. Uh, hey everyone. A long time no see. I don't even remember when was my last. Why does it say my bitrate is 0? Can you hear me okay? I'm just trying to quickly check. It should be fine. I'm not sure what's going on with YouTube. I'm going to check on my phone just real quick. No, sounds good. Alright, wait. Okay, stop. Although. No, sounds good. Yep, sounds good. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. It says like my audio bitrate is 0. Oh, excellent connection. Now it's working. Everything should be fine. Although my. No, everything seems okay. All right, so what's gonna happen today is I have no idea, basically. I should look into camera. I should have it more like on me, I think. So, quick story, I guess. So for about now it's coming close to like 4, 5 months. I had an idea I always wanted to write something, not maybe write, but create something, create a world, and it's like mine, because whenever I read something, it's always like sometimes it's like, oh, I want to be there. But it's always like there are certain worlds I want to be in, and like no one, I don't think anyone like did it before, or if they tried, they're like not exactly how I want. So I always had like, oh, I want to create my own world, but I never knew what exactly, like how exactly to do it, because I always, at some point I wanted to create games, and that's kind of like it, like you're creating your own world, but there's also a lot of stuff that is not directly connected to it. I mean, like coding, like you have to program the game, and it's not, it's not purely you just creating the world. There's a lot of technical stuff next to it. And so I had an idea the writing is probably closest to it, but I never did it. I did. I used to write for like a magazine, so I technically wrote like, guess it would be more like non-fiction or like reviews and stuff. But I never did fiction. So I was like, okay, I can try and write fiction. Uh, but then I was like, okay, writing a novel, that seems impossible to me. So I had an idea. Okay, let's write a short story. I have a I have kinda an idea of like what I would like to do, because I think the important thing is to kind of know like what you're trying to tell with your story. So like, like the general theme, like what's like the central thing that like your story revolves around. And so what I came up with, I guess we should try to get to actual writing, or like kind of what I'm trying to do as soon as I want. So I'm just gonna skip right next to, or right to the basically what I had an idea. So I always liked the theme of zombies, but the one thing I never liked is how they were perceived as like the great evil or not the great evil, but like, that's what we have to be like afraid of. This like they don't think. I mean, they're humans. At the end of the day, zombies, are created from humans. They don't have like super strength or something like that. Uh, and they should also like still, just because they're zombies, that doesn't mean they can like escape the facts that exist. I mean, they still need nutrition and stuff like that. And that's what I always thought. Like, and they are decaying corpses. So like, if there were ever zombies, I mean, they would like be done in like 3 days or something. Like still they still need to drink water, right? Or something like that. But they never do. So well, I guess you can get water from. Okay, that's an interesting idea. Because you can kind of get water even from like eating. Maybe something I might implement it. So basically the idea I had, yeah, so I wanted a story with zombies, but you know, and the way I want them to see. But I don't think that's enough, like just wanting that. Well, I think it's a good start. I think you need to like something to show. And something I kinda hear, maybe not that much, but definitely some people have like viewed that, you know, humans are evil by nature and stuff like that. And I wanted to write a story. Okay, what if humans were actually evil by nature? And my idea was I could use oh right, I forgot one important aspect. So I never viewed the actual zombies as like the that's what is kind of bad. But there's always in all zombie movies there's always one more thing, which I think is much more important, and that's the actual virus of zombieism. So what turns someone into a zombie isn't like the bite really. It's actually that everyone has a virus, and when they die, they turn into a zombie. And so what I was thinking about, I could use this not when they die, because that would not put the point across as well as I would. I think it has to be like spontaneous. Like I haven't decided yet if it's gonna be like everyone already has a virus or you get the virus and then it's like really swift, like in minutes you'll just turn into and you know you'll become crazy and there's no way of turning back. And that would kinda, you know, poetically put the point across, you know, this is what it looks like if humans were evil by nature. If at any moment you would just like, bruh, became crazy and like started attacking people. Um, oh yeah, and the thing I wanted to like connect it to is if this was true, I believe there would be no like society. If like humans were evil by nature, you could never have a society because it. I wonder how I should put it because it require. I mean, well, now you have to get to the like what is good and what is evil. But basically, if they were like if humans were like violent and like you know brutes, not thinking but like doing, just acting, you could never like civilization require or like you know skyscrapers require you to like really think and think long range, and not to mention what has to come up before that, and that would never come up if like you know humans at any point were like could become crazy. So I hope I kind of put it across well. I've been already going on for like, oh wait, right, I cannot see. I see two different times on my screen. I see like my recording and live, and my recording is lower than my live, so I was like thinking for a second, what the hell? But the thing is like you know, when you use OBS, you like live stream to YouTube, but you don't have to go live as soon as you like start live streaming with the OBS. So that's why the times are different. That's why the recording is slower, because I was trying out the sound, just making sure it actually works. So I was also thinking, do we want some music in the background? And I had another idea. I'm gonna use because I was like, oh, how do I know what's like copyright and not? If I use, and I always wanted to go through the whole YouTube library, so I have like, I can favorite like good songs and like use them in the future. So I think we're kind of gonna go through it, and hopefully I'll find some that I like, and that's kind of like just a side project basically. Uh, but let's see. So I have to make sure it's like not too loud. So I'm gonna go with this. Let's go like minus 18 decibels. I want it to be like real quiet so I can actually think. Yeah, something like that. And I kind of like this song. And now I'm gonna check quickly on my phone. So give me a second, just to make sure how loud it is. I'm gonna check quickly on my phone. Yeah, hopefully it's good. All right. So with that done, with all the introduction done, so how do we start? So I have Grammarly open. I'm gonna probably write in Grammarly so I can immediately fix the grammar. But I have this open. Is the... Okay, I thought it's like playing twice. It's kind of weird. So I have this New Hope. So I called it New Hope. It's a working title. It's not really. And the only reason is the joke I kind of have. So I'm definitely not gonna name it after a joke. Maybe I will. It's kind of a play on words. Let me see. So how do I even start? I guess... What's the word? It's called like... I know what it's called on... Wait, okay. Is it synopsis? I'm gonna quickly search. So now I know what's my language. I'm gonna swap it. What do I swap? Oh, here it is. It's not the... Oh, syllabus? Outline. Outline is the word. So let's go with an outline. So I had an... So basically, yeah, I'm gonna explain how I was thinking it's gonna be. So it has to be... I think it has to be like few days after the apocalypse, or like after it happens. You know, the society collapses. So I guess before the story even starts, I guess. We're gonna go... So society collapsed is the first important. Like, okay, it collapsed. It has to be like few days after oh yeah, few days after collapse. So it's gonna be like few days after collapse. One thing I haven't decided yet, and so I'm gonna... Story outline. How did I do... Anyone knows how I did this? Oh, whatever. I feel like that sound is still too high. Let me know if it's too quiet for you. Okay, society collapse. Few days after the collapse. Okay, not... I don't have anything to add there yet. I wonder how I did this. Oh, okay. I just have to press space. So, story outline. So there has to be a main character. I was thinking main character is gonna be a girl, just because I kinda like main characters, like female main characters. So, and I had a name, but I think it's like... I had a name that I used for a while. called Scarlet Crimson, but I feel like it's too like the name is like double, because it's like it's obvious she has red hair, or like she's a what do I call it, ginger. The name is actually from when I played Fallout 76. I always like to name my characters, and their name always has to be named like kind of similar, or like, you know, they have to be named after the color of their hair always. I don't know why. I think it's kind of, I like it. So I had like the black hair character, and her name was Raven. Which, and I feel like Scarlet is kind of the name of someone who has red hair, and Crimson is obviously someone who has red hair. Well, let's just go with it. Scarlet Crimson, main character. Main character Scarlet. Is it with 2 S's? Yeah. Alright. And so here is another thing. I'm unsure if is supposed to be, or if I should have like a side character with the main character, because the only reason for it would be is so there is some dialogue at the start. Well, because it's a short story, I feel like I should have it, especially since I could cut it pretty easily. So I was thinking it's gonna be probably her sister, and it kinda, yeah, I think it kinda makes sense. So it would be like side character, or like main or let's go main characters. Scarlet Crimson and her sister. I don't have the name yet. I'll just put it like this. That means I haven't come up with the name. I don't wanna like, you know, stay too long on like one thing. I wanna like move fast, see what I can get. So, okay. One thing I haven't decided, should it be... Okay, it's gonna be first person, I feel. Yeah. It should be first, especially since it's a short story. I'm not planning to like really... Like, it's always gonna follow the story of the main character, so I don't really care about... I feel like third person storytelling is when you have like really grand story, so you can like jump everywhere. But I feel like if it's just either a short story or, you know, just like you're following one character, there's no real reason to... What the hell's going on there? Yeah, there's no real reason. I'm sorry, someone was behind us. I got distracted. No, is the... Okay, the next song. Oh, so much rock. Okay, I'm keep getting distracted. I might have to turn the music though, because I keep getting distracted by the music. Yeah, maybe it wasn't such a smart idea to like start streaming with this. But I kinda wanted to record at least the first time. I mean, I might not follow it, but I think it's not a bad idea, because then if I'm streaming, I cannot really think, because I feel like I always have to talk, and if I always have to talk, I cannot really think about everything or think about it as clearly. So maybe I should... Oh wow, my bitrate, or no, my upload rate dropped like crazy. So we might have lost some of it. Another reason why it's kind of hard for me to live stream. I just don't have the internet for it. how should I? Okay, I'm just gonna have this whole thing like this. That means like I'm not sure. Might cut it down, might change it. So let's just go. I don't think it should be like under this. So let's go with like blot. Or like blot outline. I don't have to. Before the story even starts, outline. Alright, so I believe it should start at like either bunker or like something. So starts in bunker slash like shelter slash away from civilization, something like that. So civilization. Or no. I think this is like, this should be like before, like they went away. They left bunker slash shelter slash civilization, or like yeah, something like that. They just left it. They are. I think it's a good idea to at least get like the some of the story across. So they are in the forest on a way to like a survivor camp or something like that. Might as well. So yeah, basically my idea is when they heard something like's happening, they, you know, went into kind of shelter or bunker. I can have kind of the should I, so like the reason why they were in a bunker. Yeah, something like, you know, there, that was what do they call it, like apocalypse prepper, or like, do they just call it prepper? Yeah, I think they call it. So he like had something for it. How do I have, now I need to come up with a reason why he wasn't there. Yeah, I think I can. He wasn't there, or like he was away. They were home alone. And the news about zombies started, and you know, either like he called them or they just did it by themselves. They like went into oh damn, it's, the grammar is so good. So they are on the way there, and they have a conversation. So basically, that's why I kind of wanted to start outside, so they can at least somewhat like get people in the story, like what's going on. Because I kind of like, I always like this. That's what I use. How should I even phrase it? That's how I like when story starts, when because you need to like understand what's going on. And usually I've learned the best way for me to at least get it is when someone is going somewhere and it's like talking about it. Because even if you don't, you know, understand everything that's going on, you can kind of get it, because it's like it's moving with you. Like the story is moving, or like from the start it's moving with you. And it's usually the easier to kind of get, especially with the short story. I feel like you have to catch on quickly, because you know you're not even there and it's gonna end it. So yeah, they're on the way there. They arrive, so they arrive at the camp. This is, I haven't come up with like what's gonna happen there, because this story is quick. Like, okay, I guess I could do it. They arrive at the camp. They start getting settled. Basically people start turning. Somehow I haven't really thought like how. Yeah, they escape. And they meet with other survivors somewhere else. They learned about the nature of the virus. They decide to cure it. Would basically be oh wait, it shouldn't be like a survivor camp really, it should be more like military camp. Because I need a scientist to be there, like he was, because it's like a few days after, or it doesn't, no, it has to be, there has to be a scientist, because basically you have to remember it's still few days after it happened, so they, you know, no one really knows what it's about, no one really knows why it happened so fast, and a lot of civilization is actually still existing. You know, just this city kind of collapsed, so it's really like, okay, now it doesn't make sense, because why would they get out of the bunker so soon? If, yeah, I feel I have to scratch the bunker slash shelter, because like it really has to be a couple days after it happened to like make sense. So I think I might just, oh right, it can be like the day after. Yeah, it's gonna be day after. You know, they were, you know, they weren't living in the city, they were living like kind of in the suburbs. In small, it probably has to be like small town. And yeah, one day, like let's say in the evening, they started hearing about it. They like hid for there, like didn't know what's going on, and then yeah, it's gonna happen in like all like it's gonna happen in like 22 or like 23. That's what I'm kind of thinking of. So like everyone has phones, and then they start getting messages like, hey, we don't know what's going on, come to this military camp, here is, you know, it's safe here, we are ready, there's some virus but we can like defend it or something like that. So they go there, people start turning, yeah, they manage to get out. One of the survivors that like is with them is scientist and tells like, you know, I was just or he even gets contacted there at the camp, doesn't really matter. Okay, so it doesn't have to be scientist, just someone who like is in the kind of the government, and they get a message like, oh, people have been sporadically turning across the nation. Everyone is infected, but I have to come up with the reason why the main characters are not turning. Not just the main characters, but also like characters around them. So one thing could be is that the virus is insanely transmitted. No, but then it would be like really. Well, I don't have to continue it, right? Yeah, I can literally make it as like. Yeah, that's kind of the purpose. I can make it like, you know, it's like transmittive. Like you'll get a drop of blood in your, you know, you swallow a drop of blood of the zombie and you turn immediately, or like, you know, you'll get bitten and you're done for. So yeah, fuck it. Why not? It's a short story. I can do what I want with it. I can. Like I was kind of thinking, like, yeah, at the end they decide. Yeah, it might be even hopeless. They decide it's hopeless. Because that really puts my point across. It doesn't have to be like. The purpose of it is not me writing, like. Yeah, it has to be like, damn, we're like screwed. This is no way. Like, this is impossible. It's just an impossible situation. And, which means that doesn't leave me. I wouldn't be able to write story like on this, because it would be like really. But no, I could. Yeah, it could be that. It would be. I would be like, really. Yeah, I think this works. I think this is gonna work. Although now I'm thinking her sister is not really. Because, like, I feel like if she is there, she should die just to put the point across. Like, hey, it's impossible. Yeah, it's a good song. I'm gonna save this one. Not really my type, but saving all the decent ones. Yeah, it could be, especially if she's like a lovable character, then it really puts the point across if I kill her. Like, you know, my main theme, because, you know, at the end of the day, that's what I kind of want to get across, the theme. So yeah, society, rather than collapse, is in the state of society is collapsing. They hear, or like the government advises to stay home, don't interact with other people. It kind of reminds me of like how Zombieland started, and I love Zombieland, so I kind of like how it's similar. Oh hell yeah, yeah. No, I shouldn't steal it from her, because I was thinking, oh, so I could have like literally a loner. That's the reason why they didn't know. Damn, now I wanna. Just quickly, I'm gonna search where Zombieland. Where to watch? Where can you watch Zombieland? You can watch it on Amazon. Hell yeah! I'm definitely gonna rewatch Zombieland after this. Oh hell yeah! I'm gonna rewatch Zombieland. All right. So wait, what do I have? Okay, actually, I wanna check this. Government advice to stay home. Yeah, sure, why not? Don't interact with other people. Anything else? So they stay home. It's like in the evening. So I guess it like happens in the evening. early, and they probably, yeah, and you know, obviously they couldn't sleep, so like early in the morning. Radio doesn't make sense. I mean, yeah, government can like send you. I at least where I live, you can get like message from government. So early in the morning, they start getting messages about military base for people, or like survivor camp. Let's go with survivor camp. About survivor camp. They decide to go there. That's it. They decide to go. So what should be her sister names? Since it's Scarlet Crimson. What's like a good... I don't want to... I'm gonna spend only 1.5 minutes. I'm gonna give myself 1.5 minutes to think of it, and if I can't, I'm not gonna think about it now. What's like a good... Should I put like that? I was thinking for my language, but it doesn't make sense. No, that's too that's not nice. What are the names I use? I like... Well, if I like the names, I don't want to kill them all. I like Olivia, I like Sophia, I like Catherine. I like Coraline. Oh, that's another movie I would like to watch. Coraline again. That's a really great movie. I cannot think of it right now. I'm gonna leave it. I cannot think of it. So yeah. So it's not gonna be that they left the bunker shack. No, they left their home at the... Is it dawn? Dawn is when it's like, it's, you know, at the start of day, right? They left their home, or they leave their home at dawn. I feel like an hour of walking should be right. Well, I have to think about... So let's say there is like city here. I don't know. Okay, let's go back. Cause like, where are the other people? That's what I'm thinking about. I don't really want them. Or why not? Yeah, especially... Yeah, cause you could have, you know, you could have like... Okay, let's say this is the nation. You could have like the virus starts happening here. And we already said it's like contagious as hell. Like, you know, blood of like a... Oh, especially since like there's so much disinformation. Like no one would really believe it. Like many people would kind of be skeptical. Wait, what is that point even taking me? Yeah, so it like... Oh, and maybe it should start in like a small place, so it will be like, who really cares? So let's say the actual thing, because yeah, it has to start. It cannot start in a big city, because I don't think it makes sense. It has to start like a couple... Yeah, so let's say the actual virus, let's say escapes the lab. I feel like that's kind of cliche. Is it cliche if it like, you know, it's like a biological weapon? But you know that it like started as a biological weapon and escaped the lab. Let's go with it. I don't really like it. It seems cliche, but let's say virus escapes a lab. Should I come up with the date? Let's say date 0. It doesn't have to be really like... Yeah, day 0 is when it escaped the lab. I really like the way Resident Evil is probably my favorite way, because it's very localized. It's very like, you know, the zombie virus, you know, at the start it only happened in the, I can't remember the name, but in the mansion. That's like where it only really was. And then it was the Raccoon City. But they were able to contain, well, they dropped a nuke on it, but they were able to contain it in the Raccoon City. Then Resident Evil 3 is still Raccoon City. Resident Evil 4, it's... I still have no idea if it's in Spain or South America, but I feel like it's in Spain. So it's like, oh, it's this one place in Spain where it kind of happened. You know, then 5, it's, you know, this like one place in somewhere in Africa where it kind of happened. So I'm borrowing something from everyone, but I kind of like this idea. So although mine is gonna be very potent, so it like escapes the lab and infects some people. Should it be like a government lab or like a private thing? I don't wanna put that. I feel like it should be the government. Yeah, I think it has, or not that it has to be, but I kind of like it more. I don't want to like shit on private companies even more, or not even more, but at all. So yeah, a virus escapes. Let's go with government lab. Yeah, but subject to change. I'm not done. So this, let's just put this means. Yes, subject to change, and this means might cut out. So it escapes the lab on day 1. Yeah, so we had this. So yeah, let's say like here's the lab, it like kind of starts. And then, but I wouldn't know about it, so I have to come up with the reason why it would like suddenly be everywhere. Terrorist attack? Now I could put it like, so then I wouldn't even have to, like, it could be a private company. If I could, yeah. It's like, cause I think that's what they had in kinda Resident Evil. Like, while the zombie virus was bad, or like while the, you know, the thing was bad, or like it got out of control, the actual, what they were kind of hoping for is actually to, because they were like a pharmaceutical company, they were actually trying to improve life. It just got out of control. So this could be something similar, like, okay, they were trying to research something. It was actually like they were trying to do something good, and it was like a terrorist attack. Someone stole. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I like it more. I like it more than, you know, I like more like positive thing, like someone turned bad, rather than like completely bad thing. So let's go with, rather than virus escapes lab, it's gonna be someone steals a virus from research facility. So that's gonna be day zero. Day zero. Someone steals a virus from a research facility. Day one, they try to blackmail although why would they release it then? Oh, maybe like even they failed and then like show and that even shows like how well no, because I cannot both have like the evil is impotent and also society collapse because humans are evil. Although that's kind of there's a difference between evil by nature and you kind of. So yeah, I could have both of those things. So rather than they try to, do they just do it? It could be like some yeah. I like it. I wanna be the pharmaceutical company, like be like the good guy. Like they did it like they really wanted to see. And like one of them was like, oh, you're trying to play gods. And like released it because of his hatred for like, it's like a, yeah. So it doesn't have to be necessarily scientists, but they want, okay, rather than someone, it's like an employee of a research facility steals a virus because thinks humans are trying to play God. Thankfully, I won't really have this because it sounds so cringe, but this is just something for me, so I can like, I have like all the behind stuff, so I can put the stuff around it to the story, or like I can set up the story, or at least it like, it makes sense like all of this, before the story even starts. None of it is properly gonna be mentioned, but I need it for me, so my story has a consistency with like in its own world. It doesn't have to necessarily like everything makes sense in the story itself, but I think the context has to be there in the behind for like for it to make sense. So so what should, like, there is a panic or yeah, the virus doesn't have cure yet, is extremely infectious. They start setting up. Ooh, but I could have that. Oh, now I'm completely rethinking it. But yeah, I like this one. Because I was thinking like the camp itself is gonna collapse. Yeah, but this would leave me more. They don't have cure, just a vaccine. So should I have I could make it about kinda connected to COVID, like people didn't want to take vaccines. So this was gonna be like, oh, they were like, yeah, I could have like, they were you know, the thing. Yeah, I mean, if not, I'll change it. But you know, at the end of the day, it has to be something I like. Um, so I'm gonna be like, research facility. I feel like it almost feels like that would never happen. Like someone would be actually dishonest, like, hey, we fucked up. Like this thing escaped. We have no idea where it is. We have a vaccine. Yeah, we don't have the cure yet. Or like we don't have the absolute. But how would that work? Cause like then it would just be, especially with like, you know, there is no, I don't think there's such a thing as like vaccine that everyone can take. There's always gonna be like some people who just can't. And you cannot really eradicate the virus, right? Or can you? Was bubonic plague? Wait, okay, now I have to learn about the viruses. Can you eradicate a virus? Yeah, cause like for example with Corona, like you cannot like get rid of Corona. It's just here to stay. Eradication of infectious diseases. Like I'm thinking like, cause if you can actually get rid of it, then I know. Oh gee, that's not a nice picture. Okay. So smallpox was actually okay. What I don't wanna. I mean, oh wow, how do you sometimes complete this? The targeted pathogen must not have a significant non-human or non-human dependent reservoir, or in the case of the infection must be already easily. So right, the virus has to like, you know, jump at all times, and if okay, okay. And efficient and practical interventions. So if everyone would get, or like most people would get vaccinated, then the transmissions would stop. So I think I could have it, but let's read more. Critical community size, the minimum size below which procedures to circular deals. So I could technically have just the vaccine. I could make it about COVID. I wasn't planning to. But basically, yeah, that they were like, hey, it's all good if everyone takes a vaccine, or like most people take a vaccine. If we get like a high vaccination rate, it's all good. The virus, even if it kind of spreads, it's gonna be unfortunate, very annoying, but it's just gonna be it's gonna go away. Yeah. Damn, I changed the story so many times. I feel like I'm in a eradicated is. Can you not show me the pictures? I feel like I'm gonna be. Should I put something over it? Let's just, yeah. I don't wanna look at the pictures to have them be there. Alright, smallpox is the first disease and so far only infection disease to be eradicated by deliberate intervention. So we came up with the vaccine. So we literally got rid of it just thanks to, and we are actually getting. Oh wow! Did we get rid of polio? Wow, that's incredible. What's Dracula's? Guinea worm disease. Wow. So we're like, wait, we are getting rid of malaria? So that's incredible. You can actually eradicate disease if you just vaccinate everyone. That's incredible. I want to put this in a story. That's so fun. And then I can show like the pharmacist is like the good guy, like, hey, like we have this so we can like study things. Yeah, steals a virus. Research facility is honest about their mistake, but they have a vaccine. Oh, and it will be, I kind of feel like I should include this in the story, because it will be like really flip, like everyone would expect. Oh, so there is a virus, there is the vaccine, but it's actually they try to infect everyone. It's like, no, it's just this, the whole reason why society it's a, you know, it's obviously a bit crazy, like society collapsed because people didn't want to take vaccines. It's honest about their mistake, but I have a vaccine ready. Day one, a massive vaccination campaign. Oh, I have no idea how long would it let's say, because like just think about how long it took with COVID. Well, since no, because they can take it to other nation, right? I wonder how I should. Could they? Oh, I guess they could just quarantine the whole city, right? Yeah, I could literally have it like a Resident Evil scenario, where they just quarantine the city. Like, you know, virus escapes, they immediately notify, as soon as they know it, they notify the authorities, they quarantine the city, they say everyone has to get vaccinated. And the reason basically why it starts is many people refuse to vaccinate. And because if you think about it, with like something like zombies, even if I feel like, but do they have like such research facilities in the cities really? That's what I'm kind of unsure about. I feel like if it's something like that, it would be somewhere else. Or should I care even? Can I even? Where are research or like virus research facilities usually located? Okay, can you even find some? I don't think you can even. Okay, let's go with it for now. So it's honest about the mistake. City is I don't know how you spell quarantine. Vaccine rolling out, although they wouldn't have so many of them ready, right? Although if they have the research facility, why shouldn't they have? Because you know, let's say it's a city. Let's say like a big city. Although New York is like, let's go with New York. City population 8 million. 8 million vaccines. So now then it doesn't even have to be that. Yeah, I think we can do that. Well, I don't even have to. Oh, right. The whole reason why I want a vaccine is so I can portray them as good guys. It doesn't really have to be that. Oh, and then it would be kind of like, oh, and then I could. No, but then I'm not. The theme isn't society's collapsing really because, or like. Now I like this story. Wait, but I feel like it's the same as like any other zombie story. Doesn't really touch on anything. Okay, let's just flesh out this idea. We'll see where it goes. If I'll probably okay, let's just flesh out this story. I'll finish after that. I'll sleep on it. I'll see if I still like it next day, and then I move on from there. At least I started. So let's do fleshing out. Day 0. An employee of a researcher steals a virus because he thinks humans are trying to play God. It doesn't have to be. Steals a virus. The reason subject to change. The research facility is honest about its mistake. The city is quarantined. The vaccine is rolling out. It doesn't even have to be honest about its mistake, but whatever. The vaccine is rolling out. Day 1, massive vaccination campaign. Yeah. But now I have to think like when the so it doesn't have to be New York City. Let's say it's like hundreds of thousands or like even I think let's go with like hundreds of thousands. So they need hundreds of thousands of vaccines. Now at some point the virus has to be released and people. I feel like at least some people have, so it's probably gonna be like day 2, I feel like. Because I definitely need at least some people to be vaccinated. So let's say day 2. The virus breaks out. Main characters get vaccinated. Yeah, I need them to be actually. Although now I feel like the other one should be like someone who just can. Ooh, and then I can. Okay, main character. So like Scarlet Crimson gets vaccinated, but her sister can't. Yeah, you know, the government just says, hey, but how would they know like who can and who cannot? Because I definitely know of this concept, like some people cannot get vaccinated because they are allergic to something. And I'm trying to remember what they asked me when I got my COVID vaccine, or the last time I got my vaccine. Did they ask me about like, hey, are you allergic to this or this? Because it should be something. Okay, her sister can't. I cannot come up with reason yet why. Wait, now it's just the whole story out. Yeah, I changed the story so many times. Well, let's just go. So this is let's just go with outline. It's not even like before the start. Outline. Day 2, the virus breaks out. But what are they doing, really? Maybe it could be like the main character is trying to get somewhere. So, you know, she's taught to stay home. She gets the vaccine, then, you know, the town is under serious lockdown. But once she hears yeah, it feels very much like Resident Evil 3. I feel like I'm writing the same thing. She gets, yeah, I might even cut. She gets vaccinated. She goes home. She wakes up to a call from a friend. About the virus breaking out. Nemesis shows up in her room. So I feel so who and then and yeah, and the story is she's going to save someone. Or should it be that she tries to? So yeah, I have to think about what is the conflict. So I have this, yeah, I have the idea set up. She goes somewhere and it ends once she does something. I have to think of what. So what could it be? She goes to make sure someone is okay. She goes to stop the whole thing. It could be kind of, you know, heroic. I could have her being the researcher. So so what she wants to do is go, but then she would like know who it is, right? She won't really, or not that she would, but she would like know of a way to stop it. So is there any way to stop it really? Once it breaks up? No, right? You just have to. Yeah, it's just, well, escaping the city could be. I could have it that they have a evacuation. Although why wouldn't they evacuate people? I don't know. Oh right, because why would they? Yeah, I think that makes sense. Like, yeah, it cut out. They were like, they quarantined the city. Sorry. They quarantined the city. They were like, oh well, I just got real brain freeze. Yeah, so they quarantined the city. And the reason why they weren't just letting people out, or could they have, like, yeah, if you have a if you got vaccine, you can get out. Although no, I feel like that would create chaos. Especially that would let the guy who might have the virus out. That would be a real reason for lockdown. Yeah. Because you would literally have like policemen on the streets, severe lockdown. Yeah. But once they were like, okay, this is breaking out, they were like, or it could be that friend says, yeah, she whispered from Fred about the virus breaking out. But he can, but doesn't have to be here. But they can evacuate her. So should she be someone? She cannot be a policeman because she would already be on the streets. Could she be a researcher? I feel like if she was a researcher, she would be working. Yeah, I feel like someone like this wouldn't want to leave. Or should there be some conflict in between there? Damn, writing English stories are. I thought it's, yeah, I really thought it's just, yeah, I didn't even get to write. I still thinking about the storyline. So because like why would she evacuate? I get a freaking bot here. Wait, how do I even ban this? Because I cannot see my chat on my YouTube. Oh, here it is. Find user. Yeah, I'm thinking too much about Resident Evil, maybe. Maybe I should go completely back to what I was originally going for. Yeah, I feel like I should go back to what I was originally thinking about. Because the reason for a cam was like, oh, the society kinda collapsed, but it's okay, we can like bring it back. But they learn, no, as long as we have this, it's impossible. Yeah, I'll have to bring it back. So let's go again. Day 0. An employee of a research facility steals a virus. Oh yeah, I guess I could still do this. Cause like but yeah, then the could the no, but if the like the zombie virus evolves, then it's like impossible. Ooh, but then they learn she is like immune. Not the main character, but the sister who couldn't get the vaccine. So they were like, or like she was like really scared about her. Yeah, and it's a nice twist. I like it. So when does it... Okay, I'll just need to search like when does virus evolve? Or would it be new strain? Can it happen in days though? That's kinda... That's what I'm unsure about. Let's have it. I'm not gonna research it now, and I'm hoping it is like this. So yeah, the vaccines start rolling out. Yeah, it doesn't even technically. It doesn't. Yeah, massive vaccination. Scarlet Crimson. Yeah, but her sister can't. So they move. Out of the city for safety. Then what are we thinking? Because like you cannot do massive... That's why I was thinking it has to be in the city, because you cannot do like... You cannot vaccinate everyone in like a couple of days. So could it be like a month? Month is kinda... But then why would the guy who like had the... Like I kinda feel like his goal is to like let it out as soon as he can. If he's like... If that's what he's going for. Could be like a biological attack from someone else. It could be that he's trying to make money off it. But I don't like that. I don't want to put like money in the story, like as an important thing. Okay, so I'm gonna have... I still need to come up with the reason why society collapsed, or like is collapsing. It's kind of important. Oh, it kind of... I feel like it's not that necessary. So rather than outline, it would be more like notes. And yeah, basically they were like living somewhere else. Although I feel like they would no, but they were like, let's say they were running out of food or something. Oh yeah, and they were... Oh, let's say they were like skeptical, like, oh, you really don't want to go to this camp. So it could be like even month. Oh, especially since they know, like, despite the efforts of the vaccination, so it could be, yeah, it would definitely be like, let's say they X day X at least 30 days. Yeah, let's say at least day 30. Like it has to be at least like a month after it collapsed, I think. Although, well, we don't. Okay, at least 30 days after day C. And day C would be the society collapse. Come up with why. Did you see the oh that's annoying. Yeah, I saw it. God damn it. Can I guess I'll just have to go. Okay, I'm just gonna point it. I'll have to go back and remove it. It's annoying. Alright, so they X at least 30 days after they C. Or well, no. Well, yeah. They run out of food, but they've been hearing about the camp. They are about the camp. They are reluctant to go since sister isn't vaccinated, but decide to go anyway since they've been hearing about it for a long time. They'll leave their home. Although I feel no, well, so it's like everyone is vaccinated there. That's why they were able to hold it for so long. Virus evolves. They manage to escape. Or like could some people have natural selection, natural Can you know if, but this is the thing, you cannot know if someone is vaccinated, right? So I need a way to have the virus evolve, but the virus wouldn't evolve in like where everyone is vaccinated, right? Or would it? No, I'm okay. I'm not gonna come with the specifics now. Just it evolves. They manage to escape. It should have like the somewhere. The virus is extremely infectious. They realize the sister was scratched, but she didn't turn. She is naturally immune. But is that something that's like... Yeah, but would that matter? Because they have... I don't feel like that... Well, it does matter. Oh, right, for this new strain. Right? Or it could be completely different virus. So let's say like they have a vaccine for the first one, but not for the second one. But because she is naturally immune, they can... Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna go with that. So, and it will be kind of juxtaposition, like she couldn't get the vaccine, but she's actually naturally immune. Yeah. All right, so this is their sister. All right, we have the general idea of how it's gonna go, and I like it. We didn't write anything today. I'm not going to. I'm gonna sleep on it, see what I think after I wake up. I'm not sure if I'm gonna live stream tomorrow the continuation, if it's even gonna be, because like writing really, I feel like with like just coming up with stuff I can have more conversation, but if I'm like actually have to write, I think I kind of have to like fully focus. But I'll see. And yeah, so thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you in next writer's journal. Bye bye.